everyone, it's Kristen Burt for the Web.Files. Today we're in Van Nuys at McCalla Company Janitorial Supply. So do you think you can take a pink slip and turn it into a golden ticket? Well, that's what Jeremy Redleaf of Odd Job Nation is out to prove. Not only does he have his web series Odd Jobs, but he's gotten huge press for his site as well. So he took a tough economy and turned it into his golden ticket. All right, so Jeremy Redleaf, you've technically been on our show before.
That's right. I got a shout out. It was very exciting.
Core e-guiders are key staff. They have to submit a certain amount of videos per week.
And you have
push it out
names
there.
like Daisy Whitney, and you have Jeremy Redleaf from Odd Job Nation.
Yep.
So got a lot of names out there. Yes, on e-guiders episode with Mark Ostrich. So welcome back.
I'm glad to be here. Glad to truly be here.
Yes, in person. Let me get started because I think this is sort of the whole foundation of your web series, Odd Jobs. Turn that pink slip into a golden ticket. Did you think about this sort of as the recession was starting? I mean, when did you really sort of formulate the whole idea?
During the election, I did a parody called Palin Juno, which got me some buzz and some press, and I got a pitch meeting out of it.
I'll be the dad and you'll be the mama. I wish I was old enough to vote for Obama.
My girlfriend and I sat down and we came up with a couple different ideas, and Odd Jobs was on that list. So I pitched to the company. They were at a point where they weren't willing to fund anything without a celebrity in it, but they were like, shoot this Odd Jobs thing and show it to us.
Yep.
And so I did. At that point, the recession was just sort of starting, and I had the idea for the show before the recession, but the recession sort of gave it the right backdrop and gave the main character, Nate, the right stakes.
Okay, so let's go to the web series. So obviously, the character Joe loses his job. He has a roommate who has a lot of odd jobs, or that's how he supports himself.
Gentlemen, we need to talk. There's no easy way to do this. Eeny, meeny, miny.
I got laid off today.
Awesome! Nice!
No. How do you afford this place?
Odd Jobs from Craigslist.
Well, good luck with that.
You could not last one day doing what I do.
I could last several days.
Prove it. Do an odd job with me.
No.
We're about to be extras in a rap video.
I'm not doing this.
Smile.
And I think the really interesting thing is that the website itself got more press initially than the web series. So you kind of went the roundabout way.
That wasn't the intention. It was just supposed to be supporting material at first. Like we shot the show, it came out great. On Christmas Eve, we were just thinking, and I was like, what if we could find some odd jobs and put them on the site just as like sort of like a novelty? And then someone was like, what about this? And I was like, wait, what if we actually put real jobs? What if we put real jobs around the country? What if we? And then someone was like, and call it Odd Job Nation. And then music erupted and
the light
heavens,
bulb went off, the crescendo.
Exactly. And so I also designed sites, and so I did the whole thing myself, and I put it up, and then the press happened, and I was fielding all these questions, and I'd say, well, it started with a web series, and they'd say, yeah, more about the site.
Interesting.
So as we went on, I really had to make sure that I included the show in my story and made sure that they included it as part of the birth of the site. And now I actually have to advertise for my show within my site.
And I love that you advertise your own site as the sponsor of the show.
Yeah.
ResumeShirts.com. I mean,
It's
are
our
you
official
selling a lot
sponsor.
That's great. You have to tell me one thing, because I was looking at some of the odd jobs that have been listed. Human Chickpea.
New York is a big promo town, so there are a bunch of companies that hire mostly actors to do these crazy promos, because in New York you really have to make a statement in order to get people's attention.
And my other favorite one that I read about, and it was in one of like the CNN articles, seriously, a fake employee.
There was an advertising agency in New York that was not doing well, and they knew they had a client coming in, and to sort of stop the bleeding, they called up some actors and said, can you just come and look creative and wear glasses and just sit around and
type.
Looking at the walls and type. So a couple of my friends went over and did it, and that was the job that sort of broke through in the news.
What is the difference do you see in the community from New York to LA?
New York is a hard town. It's hard to make a living. It's hard to make a living anywhere, but it's.
I live there. $100 goes like that.
Exactly. We haven't yet seen this community that you guys have out here in the web world, which is amazing. I was blown away last night at the Tube Filter meetup.
I know everyone knows each other,
and this is ridiculous. But I think the Tube Filter and Tilsey now as one want to change that. And I was actually talking to Jameson Tilsner and Josh Cohen last night about how we can do this in New York and how we can build it to this level.
You had such success at New York TV Festival, and we had covered ITV Fest in July, and it's really interesting to see that they're starting to focus in on web series, or that they're carrying equal weight to TV pilots. I mean, what do you see the benefits of doing the festival circuit?
The New York Television Festival in particular is just a phenomenal festival, and they care about the artists, and they do everything they can to make sure that they are set up for the future. This festival in particular goes above and beyond the call of duty, and you know, I'm case in point that there are real opportunities to come out of it.
Well, and that's a great point to mention. New York TV Festival. Nice little award there. What, 15 gigs of fame? Is that how they?
Well, 15 gigs is the name of the program.
Yeah.
The award is 15 Gigs of Fame award.
Yeah.
And so the award is a development deal with Fox Television Studios digital incubator. So this just happened, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to work it, and I'm really excited to work with them. They're doing some really cool stuff.
Have you sat down with them to really think, like, I'm going to create a new series, or I'm going to sort of extend what is happening with Odd Jobs? Or a little bit of both? The
ideal situation for me would be a little bit of both. We're still trying to figure out what the best, I want to do the project that works the best in their program. I don't want to, neither of us want to force something in.
Right, feels
that
unnatural.
Doesn't feel natural. So we're trying to figure out what that's going to be. I'd love to work on another show with them at the same time. I'd love to do both with them. We're figuring all that out.
What advice do you have for people? Because it almost at this point, it's almost hard to come up with a really unique idea that people will grasp onto.
Once you have that idea that, like, I need to do this, then, do it and think of it in every sort of different way, and don't just wait for sponsors to find you. Go to sponsors. Approach people that, if it's a show about genders, come to the store and say, listen, we have 1,000 viewers. For $10, or for $50, we'll give you a little plug,
Right.
And just do micro advertising or micro sponsorship, or just go and seek out the people that you think would be a great fit for you.
Finally, what do you think we can expect from you in the next few years?
Expect big things on different platforms, and I'm not going to be. I don't want to be just one thing. I don't want to just be a producer. I want to
be a //
I want to be yeah, exactly. The more hyphens, the better, I say.
Well, fantastic. We're looking forward to seeing more from you. And thanks for joining us here in LA.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
I feel like my trip is complete.
Well, Jeremy certainly gave us our very first taste of New York web series, showing us a little bit of difference between New York and LA. And I think we'll be hearing a lot more from him. This episode of the Web Files is now closed. I'm Kristen Burt. We'll see you next time.